We want to introduce you to the world of Calm Wave's direct neurofeedback. This is a revolutionary technology. It uses low-intensity electrical pulses to stimulate the human brain and help it to reorganize and rewire its neural pathways. By harnessing this power, you can reduce symptoms such as stress, anxiety, and depression, and so much more. So let's explore what Calm Wave's direct neurofeedback is as a treatment technology and what it can do for your patients and what it can do for you and your practice. Calm Wave's direct neurofeedback is a form of neurofeedback therapy which uses very low intensity electrical pulses to stimulate, to energize the brain. It works by providing gentle, low energy pulses to the brain, which encourage it to reorganize and rewire its neural pathways. This is done in order to reduce symptoms associated with stress and anxiety and depression and other mental health and central nervous system conditions. Direct neurofeedback has been used in a variety of clinical applications, especially things like depression, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, sometimes autism spectrum disorders. It has its beginnings in the world of treating epilepsy. It may be helpful for Parkinson's and similar kinds of disorders, and certainly is used often for post-traumatic stress disorder. It has also been used in cognitive enhancement, learning, memory formation, creativity, motor function improvement, peak performance training. We use it with all of our athletes here at Calm Waves. Dr. David Dubin says the process of neuroplasticity and neurofeedback is an interactive process between the brain and the individual in which the individual learns to modify their own brainwave activity in order to reduce symptoms and promote healing. Low energy direct neurofeedback enables the brain to become aware of its own electrical activity and to reorganize patterns that are associated with stress, anxiety, and other psychological issues. Through repetitive exposure to this information, the brain can learn to restructure itself and shift to healthier patterns of activity. This approach to healing is based on the idea that our brains are malleable and can be rewired to form new pathways that are more beneficial to our mental health. So now we're talking about neuroplasticity. Neuroplasticity is the ability of the brain to reorganize itself by forming new neural connections throughout life. It's a process by which the brain changes its structure, function, and connections in response to life's experiences. Neuroplasticity enables the brain to adapt and respond to changes in the environment, as well as to learn new skills and behaviors. Neuroplasticity enables the brain to repair itself after injury and to cope with the effects of aging. Neuroplasticity can be divided into two components, functional and structural. Functional neuroplasticity is the ability of the brain to reorganize its connections in response to experiences or new learning, while structural neuroplasticity is the ability of the brain to form new connections or remodel existing ones. So in this sense, Calm Wave's direct neurofeedback works at a much deeper level than traditional neurofeedback. It helps to bring healing to the brain by stimulating the brain at very low levels of energy. This low-level stimulation helps to reset the brain, creating more efficient communication pathways. The brain can then regulate itself more effectively, allowing it to access its natural healing abilities. Now, when I talk about low levels of energy, we are talking about thousands of times less than the energy that comes off of our cell phones or our computer screens. It's just that energy is pulsed in a way that the brain sees it has something to do with its own brain waves and so responds to it. Stephen Larson, in The Healing Power of Neurofeedback, says that this technology is a unique form of neurofeedback that uses a very gentle, low energy signal at the threshold of perception to bring balance and healing to the brain. It's also very different from traditional neurofeedback in that it does not require the active participation of the client. Instead, the client is asked simply to relax and allow the process to unfold. Calm Wave's direct neurofeedback involves sending of this very low intensity, pulsed electromagnetic signal to the brain. The signal is hundreds or thousands, somebody said 1,000,000 times less than the energy radiating off of our cell phones. But because the tiny signals are related to the client's own brainwave patterns, the brain reacts and adjusts itself to them. This serves to reset the brain's patterns of electrical activity and help it to function more effectively.